this entry is phenomenal. It is a little bit on the longer side, but it actually answers how to travel between different multidimensional approaches, and whether is it scary, is it not? Welcome to the Quantum Wisdom Downloads. Today we will be discussing morning pages. I'm Natasha Clower. I am the clarity coach for men. This series is just me sharing my 20-some journals that I did over the last 2 years while perfecting my quantum journaling approach and what works or not. Quantum journaling is much more directive. Here's the conundrum, here's the problem, here's how we're going to answer it. But today is morning pages. Morning pages is a methodology based on the Artist Way book. I started reading it. Beautiful, fantastic book, and I wanted to see how it works and what comes out. And today is one of the earlier entries. I think it's third or fourth day when it came out, and let's see what the morning pages have to say. Can one inquire outside the time to whisper and lay about the principles of guiding stars that shine the path to secret lives that happening despite your knowledge in parallel of verdant chronics? The lives around do not know the thread that ties it all throughout. The depth of sea in one dimension is depth of crater and imagination that build the height of buildings taller despite the nature's given order. The tie is woven and throughout, but once again it's hidden and not loud. By tapping into void about, not silence, but the space around, the words, the thoughts, the rhythms, waves all have the spaces that connect the flow and the random, yet are cohesive link to gating. The gating game is pattern rich with passkey locks, procession, pitch. How do you get to other side? What serves it and who needs to try? All valid questions and concerns that stops the seekers of return. Return not as if you arrive to something you called home, land, or village, or the state of day. Return implies the combination, unlock rotation like a safe. You twist it so in dimension until the barrel takes return. The point being, with this saga is that you travel in between dimensions, worlds, and parallels, the timing gaps, the warps in matter. The names are not united yet as two travelers remain. Remain in worlds that they to visit. All rush return to their plane, the rhythm and their understanding of what is comforting to them. So any person can achieve. It's not a game or puzzle trick. The key is inquiry dimension that lies uniquely underneath the conscious while you are aware of state and texture of affair. The taste of apple and melange. Let's practice inquiry together. Forget the rhyme. It steers oddly to space with meaning that confuses. The travel point to dimensions require none of preparations. Intention is the key to start the clock. Not actually the time dimension, but opening the doors. The inquiry requires focus, what parallel you want to reach. The fact that humans yet discover that worlds of other intellects don't lie in visible dimension but in a parallel substrate, as all can't fit within one plane of matter, the break space is where access and map to other parallels. The human brain been puzzled many with empty clues and idle spaces, but they light up when you transition to different dimensions, niches, where part of current active brain becomes all dormant but still awake in case you jump to one of the parallels where such activity prevails. To tap into plasticity of function and learn and shape the neurofunction. Yes, to repair of, if required, in such tremendous gap in aging, cognition, behavioral mobility, and psychological disorders, repairs happen. Sounds easy, does it not? Yet who should travel? What's the world's? How do you blend in human form? There are a lot of questions flying, all deep in space of fear of the unknown. Well, yes, the human's body woven tightly with nerves and webs and neurons networks to sort of keep from crazy leaps for those that can't mingle in and out without harm to psychic matter. It is not dangerous, that's the intention, the road journey all but seconds, so hardly strenuous at all. The onset of one intention is what dictates the destination to either warp the fabric time or go full in and intertwine. Your options range the unimagined. The space of many destinations will be accessible to many to heal, to learn, regenerate. Yes, lots will want to reach the riches, to steal, to gain, to conquer, triumph above the rest, to satisfy their gap in current understandings. But that's where models of existence all come together as protection from harm to other universes. Vice versa is, of course, required. The needs that drive one to the edge, as of the multidimensional gap bridge. This needs a purpose driven path that activates the seeker's drive. He, she has no choice but find the one dimension that unites his, her desires and solution. So seekers drive even when for glory is not as bad or worth the worry. It's all divine and all on its path to bring the keys to such. They will require new intention in order to get to the new dimension that through the journey to that realm will activate repair cells. You see, it's not that world that gives, the journey jump is what heals. Once idle space is activated, the body suddenly recalibrated. But that's where lies the problem altogether. Imagine frail wealthy person who wants to gain his healthy state, goes jumps with travel buddy is space shuttle principle of support that falls away and lets you roam the space, the galaxy, all freely, and then come back to current state. You summon traveler companion to guide you back to Mother Earth, of person that you want to return. As anyone, in parentheses, that's how it came, as anyone can stay as freely in millions of versions of the Earth and other planets that live abundantly around. So let's assume he does come back, and now all the same as age, the gender, and his circumstances, but all is healthy, young, and vibrant. What happens next is chaos. His wife is old, and though he loves her, let's say he can't persuade her to the jump, or her jump is for another matter. She does it to achieve an X, not health concern, but a reproduction. She wishes child, and voila, she is pregnant after her intention. The point is, the life where he returns to does not fit comfortably. No more, the tension tightens to what's more. What's more one can wish and then is changed. The human race is yet to face the rapid magic that's about to unfold abundance at the ground to all the upper echelons, all filling gaps in their needs to feel complete and full of gifts. The thirsty traveler dilemma that finds the well with his water matter. Now, what all changed? The equilibrium has shattered. His kids might not be that delighted, depending on the state of care and finance entangled. That man will find himself upon return. The point being, in beginning, all action need to be considered. The wealth is not in other realms. They seek it equally, but with different twist. The life dimensions, look and senses, the oxygen, the fashion cases, all vary, but you set intention to find the closest to your life dimension and peek into place of living, such as apartment houses, that exist in same dimensions, coordinates, location, but in another space that you'd explore for a few seconds time while staying present here. That start of journeys after that, you will get bolder, more sure to walk the streets, to swim in lakes, to listen to another dialect, to read newspapers, and to grasp how marvelous the time has passed. It all that flows can't be captured, but you can bring yourself. What must you possess and hold as a reminder of jump, of leap, and of the posture. Let's finish this instruction page. Go in answering your quest, as question piled to the sky will now occupy your mind. Instructions, simple as they are, require you to empty mind, not literally, but as you practice with breath that flows to embrace the air, earth, and love in center to bring the comfort later, as that's the inner space of travel. You leave your heart space and return to same exact second. Breathe deep but open mind to what you're seeking to ignite. Think simply of ignition function, your memory and recall patterns, that then it means you come aroused by so many memories and patterns that you didn't see before. You might not like it. Yes, you can cast the wish to alter function from as is from this moment forward. You can alter the mind capacities to wonder and capture all that is absorbing in useful layers for your life to parse, recall, and replicate when needed and when you need and when. There is no going back in function. It ages just the same. Thus, actions that make you age do the impact, but if you wish to change the clock, become so young, to push the turn, to stretch your time on earth to longer, so this new function has the same. Will you regret? I hardly doubt, because once opened, the check out like experience of portal makes plausible the distant dream come in as if on the whim. Yes, would you want to travel a lot and daily and as part of your awakening dimensions? Perhaps, but varies by one's senses. You do need will to still your mind, to let the curiosity to drive, to set the nerves to not to trigger the fear-based neuron connections. So lots of small and big nuances all have to be in place to let one jumpy. To do so on a daily basis, sure thrills, but it is taxi as a heavy to fold it all in your routine, define intention, and receive. You see, receiving the results, be cognizant of what to come, is all the same as manifestation, the deep analysis of all frustrations and chores and the lack that so annoyed and drove you nuts. All that replaces with the light, but how some of murky water shine in the brighter light of now. You need to be off, will to take that and live with it in a happy new you. Whew, I forgot this entry, to be honest. It's actually was, now that I think about it, it was kind of described to me in my quantum jumps that I do with my clients, meeting the future self. For the lack of a better word, it's traveling multi-dimensions because in quantum physics, past, present, and future all exist in the same place. This now rereading it, and now that it's been a year, now that I've practiced quantum jumps many, many times with many clients, not to alter the cellular structure, but actually to project different decision and scenarios. Now reading it out loud, I'm like, wow, that's where the conviction, the faith to do it came about. And then teachers, mentors, and different practitioners showed up that been doing that quietly, I guess, for many, many years and successfully. And so all of that emerged So I hope you enjoy it. There's more morning pages to continue and to share. And so I'll see you in the next Quantum Wisdom Download series. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.